Hey guys, Drift0r here. I don't know how many of you have ever played Infection on Modern Warfare 3 or on Black Ops or good old Michael Myers in Modern Warfare 2, but that's basically what we're doing here in this open lobby. This is a huge 17-man open lobby. I got 17 subscribers in here to play private matches, and we were originally going to film things like World's Fastest Moab, most kills with a javelin, and some other kind of goofy things, maybe, and if it were a realistic video, but one of these beautifully brilliant bastards decided to load up an Infection lobby. We're like, hey, let's play Infection. So we played a little bit of Infection. We started goofing around with the settings. We found one mode we really liked, which is Akimbo Infection, where you give the survivors any set of Akimbo guns. This is MP9. We did Scorpions and Glocks and stuff later. And you try and hold up a certain position against the infected, and the infected have throwing knives and knives. You get killed, you turn into a zombie. It was really great. Right now we're playing Defend Burger Town, because Burger Town would be strategically important in a zombie apocalypse. You've got all the food you need, and you've got all the Happy Meal toys to keep yourself from going insane. So this was a really fun game. If you guys want to be in the next open lobby, you got to follow me on Twitter at Drift0r or twitter.com/Drift0r, whatever your mobile or computer likes to take there. That's really where we get all the body actors for If It Were Realistic, all the people in the lobbies for in-depth, and for open lobbies like this one. So hope to see you on Twitter. Also, it's been so long since I've done a channel update. I almost forgot how to do these. I had to go back and check to see what the last number is to make sure I did this one right. So this is Drift0r update number 34. Number 33 I did 6 months ago. It's been 6 months since I've had the time to do a channel update, to talk to you guys very honestly about what's going on here on this channel. And that's because I have been incredibly busy with both my personal life, my school life, and I guess you would call this the YouTube/worky entertainment life. I don't really know. There's too many lives going on here. But I am no longer in undergraduate school. I am now in graduate school pursuing a master's degree. For those of you that are overseas, a master's degree is typically a 6 to 7 year degree after you've attained your 4-year degree, if that helps you make a little bit more sense here. I'm going for Masters of Business Administration. I got my undergraduate in mechanical engineering, and for a lot of the time I was updating this channel, I was not a full-time student. I was a part-time student because I was so high in the mechanical engineering, and I did my schedule a little bit wrong, that I had to wait an extra semester and slide classes around because they didn't teach these classes. There were so few students in these kind of advanced engineering classes that they only taught them once a year, or in some cases every other year, which was really crazy and kind of difficult to deal with. But I've graduated now. MBA is way easier than engineering, because engineering is very hard, but they require more work in MBA. There's more papers to write, more homework to do, more things to, a lot of busy work, a lot of group projects, that sort of thing. So I am incredibly busy right now with school. However, even though I'm busier with school than I was before, I'm now uploading more to this channel than I ever was before, which is kind of crazy. And that's also because the channel has kind of exploded recently. Just last month, I gained 10,000 new subscribers. Actually, it was 12,000, but 2,000 of you decided I was a douchebag and needed to bail out of here, unsubscribe and that kind of stuff. So that's really crazy. That's like a 25% increase over before. But even before that, in November and December, it was like 6,000 to 8,000 a month. So in the last 3 months, this channel has almost doubled in size. So that means that odds are pretty good. Half of you that are watching this have only been subscribed here for 3 months instead of the up to 2 years like some guys. And that's really crazy. So I want to give you an update to let you all know what's going on. In-depth is definitely going to continue. Modern Warfare 3 in-depth. Battlefield in-depth is in a little bit of a slump right now. I got to get Levo back to recording clips because I still have nothing unlocked on PC. But Modern Warfare 3 in-depth is doing great. I think that's probably mostly because Xbox Ahoy is all tied up with Elite now, and he can't do as many of those videos, so I'm kind of picking up his slack. However, my big project has always been for me If It Were Realistic. For those of you that don't know what If It Were Realistic is, you should probably get on YouTube and type in there If It Were Realistic, and you'll find this series on machinima.com that I'm sure a lot of you have already seen. What you'll see is I'm making machinimas and I am making fun of unrealistic things in video games, which is very easy to do. However, it's become incredibly difficult for me to do right. You'll see that some episodes have hundreds of thousands, millions of views, bunch of likes, very popular. And then you'll see other episodes with almost no views or like a 90% dislike, which is really bad. So I've got extremely irregular quality on these episodes. They're kind of all over the place. Nobody's really sure if it's going to be a good episode or a bad episode. I've only done 2 seasons, and I'm really busting my hump really hard on Season 3. Some of you have even been body acting for me in Season 3, and I've stepped it up another notch to film live action. At the very end of this video, if you're going to stick around, there is a preview, like 10-second preview of live action If It Were Realistic Nuka-Cola. So I met up with some local filmmakers here at Mississippi State. Is Jacques, who is a camera wizard, and Ryan, who's really great at special effects. My job is mostly writing scripts and writing checks to pay for all the props and stuff. And we're busy filming everything from Hitman to Battlefield to Modern Warfare. We've got Skyrim going on. Gonna do Left 4 Dead. And that takes up a lot of time. You have to go out there on like a Saturday or Sunday or Friday afternoon, just, you know, 8 to 5, you're outside, you're trying to get all this camera equipment, you do the fight scene over and over and over and over, and you can ask Army Davy Jones, who was in this open lobby here, when you do the fight scenes over and over and over, that means you get your ass kicked over and over and over and over and over, so it is kind of demanding, but it's going very, very well, so hopefully in a few months I will be able to drop on you guys some really, really awesome live action videos, right up there with Freddie W quality, hopefully, if you guys take to them, but they're all kind of silly, they're not like super serious, hardcore kind of stuff. That's what I've been working on. And I'm really just kind of glad to see that the channel has grown, but it seems like a lot of you don't really know anything about me other than in depth or from the talking dogs. So if you want to know more about this channel or me as a person, if you don't give a damn, just want the gun reviews, that's totally fine with me too. But if you're interested, I would really recommend that you go on the channel, and there is a playlist down in the bottom right. It should say The Most Epic Dream. That's probably one of the most open, honest, and personal playlists I've ever made on this channel. And it's about a dream that I had, and the dream was like 2-3 years long, and it's a 8-hour story to tell, broke across in 9 episodes, so it's incredibly long. It's a series that I'm kind of proud of and glad that I got out of the way. A lot of you new subscribers have probably never seen it. Start with episode 1, stick through it all the way. Starts a little bit slow, but ends up more like a TV show. Yeah, having some fun with the Barrett 50 cal here. And one thing I really do like is I like playing with subscribers. I like getting messages in my inbox. I like reading comments. I answer almost all of the messages in the inbox if the inbox doesn't glitch, which it does sometimes, and if the message is legible, which it's always not, and if I think the person is sane, which it's not always not. I've had lots and lots of really strange messages that I don't know how to answer, and when I do the ghost story series, unfortunately one of the things I get most often is, I've had a paranormal experience, can you explain this? Sometimes I can't. I think I'm losing my mind, I want your medical advice. And I'm like, oh my god guys, I'm not a doctor. I can't give you medical advice. You need to seek mental help. If you feel that you've become mentally unstable, the best thing that you can do is go and check yourself in to a state-run mental evaluation facility, or check yourself into the emergency room, because the good thing about starting this process is that you have complete control over it. A lot of people absolutely avoid seeing a mental health professional because they have the misconception of, oh, they just lock up crazy people. If I tell somebody I'm crazy, they're going to lock me up forever. When in reality, it's actually extremely, extremely rare to get put away. You can only get put away if you've tried to kill yourself, or if you've tried to kill somebody else, and really mostly just if you've tried to kill somebody else. And the really good thing about starting the process, if you feel that your mind isn't cooperating right, is that you have complete control of it. You check yourself in, you decide when to check yourself out, you have complete control over treatments and medications, and you can refuse everything, which is what I did during the Epic Dream series there in those dark times in my life. It was one of the better decisions I've ever made. But that's a little bit more dramatic. I think we haven't heard from Ozymandias yet.
Oh, come on! Oh, this is embarrassing! Alright, well, I kind of like this one. That's right, ladies. I was that big when I was a puppy. Let me tell you something. Not everything shrinks with age. Want to throw this dog your bone?
Now that we're a little bit more back on track, I'd like for you guys to check out The Lighthouse, which is one of the oldest videos that I made. I made it over 2 years ago with a really, really crappy Chinese knockoff capture card and a really crappy editing program, but it turned out to be one of the best videos I've ever made, which goes to show you that even you, with limited equipment and limited experience, if you're creative enough, can make something utterly amazing. You just click it, opens in a new window, and here's the If It Were Realistic preview.
You know you're pretty manly for a girl.
Yo, your breast makes you for a kind of...
Now I left my mentats and all.
You know, now that I've got the bobblehead, got the exact same shape.
So you think it's gonna be a fair fight?